Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love the watch you see here, drop me a line at tmosso@thewatchbox.com. The new direct line to me and my crew, straight to you with your purchase questions for watches you see here on this channel. And today, you're looking at the Greubel Forsey Balancier USA Limited Edition. Stainless steel and 11 pieces, an exceptional timepiece featuring extended power reserve, outstanding precision, full visibility of the immense and deep movement, and a remarkably wearable 43.5mm case in stainless steel. This is a timepiece that gets you into the world of Greubel Forsey finish, exclusivity, and avant-garde design at perhaps the most accessible price point you will find among Greubel Forsey watches. Now, the timepiece on my 16cm circumference wrist has a broad but not overwhelming wingspan thanks to the tightly curved signature Greubel Forsey lug profile. The watch spans 52.2mm from lug to lug, and you'll find it's fractionally under 14mm thick at 13.9mm. The spacing between the lugs is 22mm, and this is a sporty Greubel Forsey as it features the stainless steel case, yes, but also a full factory rubber strap. Now you can see the strap, which is substantial in cross section, is a sort of purple blue, we'll call it Audi Sport Nogaro blue with little purple undertones, and it has a curved spring bar so that though the lugs are drilled relatively close to the case, you can move the strap on both sides straight down without any impediment or impingement. On the underside, you can see the Greubel Forsey philosophy. As the text is featured on the movement, so too is it featured on the underside of the strap. What does it mean? Fine finish, traditional craft, original fabrication techniques and tools, keeping the old traditions alive. That's what it means. Stainless steel Greubel Forsey polished pin buckle, and you can see satin on its flank, polished on its top, a handsome contrast. The strap is thick and durable, and as you can see, the signature Greubel Forsey case is present and correct. Greubel Forsey is well known for its designs overall and its movements, its price point, and its rarity, but Greubel Forsey case design is an undersold virtue of the brand. Now you can see in profile, the case has remarkable mirror-polished concave lugs, and that's often lost in the conventional online photography you see, but from an oblique angle, you can register it quite easily. There's a marked complexity in the fabrication of the case. Greubel Forsey crown with lacquered inlay, and you can see on the case band, which is recessed from the case back and the bezel, a vertical satin finish. The bezel itself features a narrow vertical section and then a domed portion, both in high polish for contrast with the satin finish of the case. Now the timepiece, of course, built around a dial that is nearly one and the same as the movement, and the movement is gorgeous. First thing first, this is a movement that is 36.4mm across and 8.35mm deep, so you have a wonderful depth of field as well as field of vision. It's basically a dial and a movement all in one. Working from the outside in, you can see that there is a viewport in the flank of the case to allow you to more easily view the hairspring and the balance, along with the balance staff. The balance, I should mention, comes with a stop seconds function that allows you to see its profile with its gold variable inertia mass, or I should say variable polar moment mass. Looking at the balance, you can see that it features a recessed bolt design that is calculated to reduce aerodynamic drag by pulling the bolts out of the free airstream. You can also see it as a free sprung balance with a fixed stud, and then the variable polar moment by virtue of moving the screws to change the regulation, making it more shock resistant as well as more easily adjusted to precision. There's an overcoil hairspring with a Phillips curve to allow concentric beating, that is centered mass of the hairspring, so the watch keeps excellent time in any orientation. Get it back into motion, and you can see it beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour with the traditional Swiss lever just below. You can see that the balance bridge is flanked on both sides by a black polished bridge support, and then there are two specular finished, that is mirror finished, balance bridge arms that actually holds the balance, so though it looks like a balance cock, it's actually a double-sided balance bridge of unconventional design. Now you can see that there is mirrored chamfer on the edge of every bridge. You can see it on the edge of the bridge for the pallet and the escape wheel below the hairspring. You can see that there is mirrored finish on the regulator cap. All of the screw heads, as you can see, are black polished with chamfered slots and circumference. The bridges and plate of the movement are made of maillot, what's often known as German silver in Longa watches. watches. It is a nickel copper zinc alloy that has a little bit of a golden hue to it, and you can see a media blasted frosted finish is used on the Greubel Forsey bridges and plates. Now I'll show you one more time that the watch features a stop seconds functionality, so you can set it precisely to a reference time. Note that the hands are fired blue, hours, minutes, and seconds. You have jewels, pivot jewels set in chaton, and you have a lovely needle style blued indicator for the power reserve, and the scale for the power reserve is crafted from solid gold. You'll also appreciate that there is a blued gold chaptering comprising the minute and hour track outboard. Also note the small bolts that are used to hold that ring in place, but this is not blued titanium a la de Bethune. This is actually blued gold with a wonderful black mirrored polish, and then the bluing technique executed on the black polished base. Turn it upside down and you can see once more Greubel Forsey's signature, which is the super graphics. I believe this was originally introduced on the Art Piece 1, but the graphics essentially spelling out in French the philosophy of the manufacturer. There's a gold medallion at center, which is hand finished, and you can see 9 of 11. This is an 11-piece limited series. You can see it's numbered on the case as well. Balancier, Edition Limitée. It is a stainless steel watch and thus remarkably practical for a Greubel Forsey. You will see that there are also chaton set jewels on the reverse side to evoke the pocket watch era. The manual wind watch has twin mainspring barrels which are coupled together to reduce amplitude drop off after 24 hours, as well as to extend the power reserve of this watch to 3 days. The twin mainspring barrels helping to prevent the amplitude drop off that happens when you have one large mainspring barrel. It also helps to reduce the ballistic amplitude you can sometimes see when a single barrel watch with a long power reserve is fully wound. So a very even torque release and a decoupling system inside one of the barrels so you cannot accidentally overwind this watch. 30 meters water resistant, so it's not a sports watch in the universal sense, but in steel with a rubber strap. This is about as sporty as it gets at Greubel Forsey, short of the new GMT Sport. See it and make it yours on the Watchbox.